Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the man who would later be revered as Mahatma, meaning great soul, was born in Porbandar, India, in 1869. His early years were spent in a small coastal town, surrounded by the rich cultural and spiritual heritage of his homeland. Growing up in a devout Hindu household, young Gandhi was deeply influenced by principles of tolerance, non-violence, and vegetarianism. These values, instilled in him from a young age, would later form the bedrock of his philosophy and actions. Gandhi's early education was in India, where he attended local schools and was an average student. However, his curiosity and desire to learn were evident from a young age. At the age of 18, he traveled to England to study law, a journey that would significantly shape his future. In England, Gandhi faced the challenges of adapting to a new culture and environment. He immersed himself in his studies, but also took the time to explore Western thought and culture. This exposure broadened his perspective on justice, equality, and human rights. It was during his time in England that Gandhi first encountered the writings of Leo Tolstoy, whose ideas on non-violent resistance resonated deeply with him. Tolstoy's emphasis on love, compassion, and non-violence struck a chord with Gandhi, reinforcing the values he had learned in his childhood. Upon returning to India as a qualified barrister, Gandhi found himself grappling with the realities of British colonial rule. The discrimination and injustice he witnessed fueled his desire to fight for his people's rights. He soon realized that the legal system alone could not address the deep-seated issues of colonial oppression. Gandhi's experiences in South Africa, where he went to work as a lawyer, further shaped his understanding of social justice. He witnessed firsthand the harsh realities of racial discrimination and began to develop his philosophy of Satyagraha, or non-violent resistance. This marked the beginning of his transformation from a lawyer to an activist. Gandhi's commitment to non-violence and his unwavering belief in the power of truth and justice inspired many to join his cause. His journey was not easy, but his determination and resilience were unwavering. Gandhi's formative years were a period of learning, growth, and self-discovery. The values and experiences he gained during this time laid the foundation for his future leadership in the Indian independence movement. His legacy continues to inspire people around the world to fight for justice and equality through non-violent means. As we reflect on Gandhi's formative years, we see the seeds of his future greatness. His journey from a small town in India to the global stage was marked by a deep commitment to his principles and a relentless pursuit of justice. Gandhi's life is a testament to the power of non-violence and the impact one individual can have on the world. His legacy serves as a reminder that change is possible, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. The story of Gandhi's formative years is not just a chapter in history, but a source of inspiration for future generations. It teaches us the importance of standing up for what is right and the enduring power of truth and non-violence. This marked the beginning of his transformation from a lawyer to an activist, a journey that would forever alter the course of India's history. Gandhi's legacy continues to inspire people around the world to fight for justice and equality through non-violent means. His life is a testament to the power of non-violence and the impact one individual can have on the world. In 1893, Gandhi traveled to South Africa to represent an Indian merchant in a legal case. This journey was meant to be a short-term professional engagement, but it turned into a life-altering experience that would shape his future and the future of millions. Little did he know that this trip would mark a turning point in his life. The South African landscape, with its stark contrasts and deep-rooted social issues, became the backdrop for Gandhi's transformation from a lawyer to a leader of social justice. It was in South Africa that Gandhi experienced firsthand the brutal realities of racial segregation and discrimination faced by Indians. The oppressive laws and the daily indignities suffered by the Indian community opened his eyes to the pervasive injustice. This ignited a fire within him, compelling him to take a stand against injustice. He realized that his legal skills could be a powerful tool in the fight for equality, but he also understood that legal action alone would not suffice. Gandhi's initial efforts in South Africa focused on addressing the grievances of the Indian community through legal means and petitions. He worked tirelessly, drafting petitions and representing his fellow Indians in court, hoping to bring about change through the legal system. However, he soon realized that the systemic racism embedded in South African laws demanded a more potent form of resistance. The legal victories were few and far between, and the oppressive system remained largely intact. He began organizing non-violent protests and strikes, drawing inspiration from his own religious beliefs and the teachings of Tolstoy and Henry David Thoreau. These thinkers influenced his philosophy, encouraging him to adopt non-violence as a powerful means of resistance. It was during his 2 decades in South Africa that Gandhi developed and honed his philosophy of Satyagraha, meaning truth force or insistence on truth. This philosophy became the cornerstone of his activism, advocating for non-violent resistance as a means to combat oppression and achieve social justice. This philosophy advocated for non-violent resistance as a means to combat oppression and achieve social justice. Gandhi believed that true change could only come from awakening the moral conscience of the oppressor. Satyagraha emphasized the power of love, truth, and self-suffering to awaken the conscience of the oppressor and bring about a change of heart. Gandhi's approach was not just about resisting injustice, but also about transforming relationships and fostering mutual respect. Gandhi's activism in South Africa, though initially focused on the Indian community, had far-reaching implications. His methods and philosophy began to resonate with people beyond the Indian community, inspiring a broader movement for social justice. His unwavering commitment to non-violence and his success in challenging discriminatory laws inspired many, including a young Nelson Mandela, who would later adopt similar methods in the fight against apartheid in South Africa. Gandhi's legacy in South Africa laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the struggle for equality and justice. Upon his return to India in 1915, Gandhi was already a respected figure, hailed for his courageous stand against discrimination in South Africa. His experiences there had shaped his philosophy of Satyagraha, or truth force, which emphasized non-violent resistance as a powerful tool for social change. This philosophy would become the cornerstone of his approach in India. He quickly immersed himself in the Indian nationalist movement, which was gaining momentum in its fight against British rule. Gandhi's arrival injected new energy into the movement, inspiring many with his vision of a free India achieved through peaceful means. He began to organize and lead various campaigns, each aimed at challenging the injustices imposed by the colonial government. Gandhi's unique approach, advocating for non-violent resistance and appealing to the conscience of the British people, resonated with millions of Indians. His methods included organizing peaceful protests, boycotts of British goods, and encouraging Indians to spin their own cloth as a form of economic self-reliance. These actions not only challenged British authority, but also fostered a sense of unity and purpose among the Indian populace. Recognizing the plight of India's rural population, Gandhi traveled extensively throughout the country, connecting with farmers and laborers who bore the brunt of British economic policies. He listened to their grievances and worked to address their needs, often living among them to better understand their struggles. This grassroots approach helped to build a broad base of support for the independence movement. He led nationwide campaigns against oppressive taxes and laws, always urging his followers to maintain non-violent discipline even in the face of provocation. One of the most notable of these campaigns was the Salt March of 1930, where Gandhi and his followers marched 240 miles to the Arabian Sea to produce salt, defying British laws that taxed salt production. This act of civil disobedience garnered international attention and highlighted the injustices of British rule. Gandhi's leadership transcended religious and social divides, uniting people from all walks of life under the banner of Swaraj, meaning self-rule. He worked tirelessly to promote Hindu-Muslim unity and to eradicate the social evils of untouchability and caste discrimination. His inclusive vision for India was one where all communities could live in harmony and equality. He became a symbol of hope and resistance for millions of Indians, his simple lifestyle and unwavering commitment to non-violence earning him the title of Mahatma, a testament to the profound respect he commanded. Gandhi's personal example of living modestly and his dedication to truth and non-violence inspired countless others to join the struggle for independence. His leadership transformed the Indian independence movement from an elite struggle to a mass movement, galvanizing the entire nation to fight for freedom. Gandhi's ability to mobilize people from all sections of society, his strategic use of non-violent resistance, and his moral authority made him an unparalleled leader in India's quest for independence. His legacy continues to inspire movements for justice and peace around the world.